If you get butterflies when you're around them, like especially when you first meet them, run in the opposite direction. This is your body's reaction. Like your body knows. And if someone doesn't make you feel calm and comfortable just by their like aura and like their energy, huge red flag. And honestly, just run. And I know it's easier said than done because I did not run. So
if a man starts to pull away the second you become invested and interested in him, listen up, because what I'm about to tell you, you will not unsee, will hit you like a ton of bricks. But let me give you an example. Say you walk into the YSL store, the Chanel store, and you see an expensive bag and you're like, oh, I want that bag so badly. And you start planning in your head, like, oh, you start thinking about that bag. I can take it to Paris. Oh my God, it would look so good with that outfit. You start imagining yourself with it, okay? It becomes real. You're like obsessed a little bit. But then imagine the Chanel guy from the store calls you the next day and is like, hey, do you still want that bag? And you're kind of confused because you're like, what? Why are you calling me? Like, this is kind of weird. And then he calls you again the next day and he's like, hey, what about if we lower the price? Like, it makes you not want it because you're kind of like, whoa, I kind of wanted the bag, but now you're making me feel weird because you just keep texting me to see if I still want it. And it's like decreasing the value. You see, that's what happens whenever you constantly text him, whenever you're begging for his attention, whenever you're like, hey, are we still hanging out? Just checking in. Hey, how are you doing? Hey. You're lowering the bar. You're lowering your standards before he even tries, before you even give him a chance to step up. Whenever you're constantly texting him and checking in, you're lowering your value. Before he even invested in you emotionally, financially, before he even tried, you're decreasing your value. So next time you're in that situation, ask yourself, would a luxury item act this way? And act accordingly. I love you. You're amazing. Never settle.
My crush literally just rejected me in the worst way imaginable. I'm a very shy person and I find it hard to really tell people how I feel. And I've had a crush on this guy for ages now and I finally wanted to get it off my chest. So I finally did and I regret it so much. He literally decided to leave me undelivered for the longest time possible and I started to regret ever texting him and telling him how I felt. I was extremely mortified because I see him all the time on campus, but he literally always ignored me all the time. I was starting to finally get over the embarrassment and then he decides to text me back today and it's a song attached. He basically rejected me on the song, talking about how he doesn't see me that way and he prefers seeing me as a friend, that he wishes me well. I'm like, oh my God, why couldn't you just tell me no rather than make the song with Suno and actually send it to me? I've gotten rejected twice in my life and this has to definitely be the worst one.
What's good, guys? It's your boy Josten J coming to you with another video. Let's cook, boys. Let's cook. All right. Men are withdrawing attention and women are getting rejected in modern dating. We got action. Let's cook.
I just came to a realization the other day when this man rejected me, and it kind of helped me understand one of the many reasons why I'm still single. Number one, and I think the main reason, is because I keep on saying the prayer, like, I don't want to go into another relationship until you put me with my husband, Lord. And I feel like he's really been answering that prayer because I've been single for a minute now. And that's okay. Like, I have gone on dates, but it hasn't worked out. And you know what? Jesus is just protecting my heart. But I did learn something the other day. So I was talking to this man for like literally 5 minutes. It wasn't anything. But he did say, he was like, oh, you're a content creator. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, can I check out your work? And I was like, sure. Like, this is my TikTok account. Like, this is where I post like my life and like, you know, share my experiences, whatever. This is like my personal stuff. It's not for work. So he goes, he looks at my TikTok. He comes back. He said, Sadie, with all due respect, I don't think I could date somebody who works in social media. I'm sure you work hard, but it seems a bit gimmicky to me. Honestly, period. Thank you for telling me the truth, sir. I told him that too. I said, wow, thank you for being upfront because I feel like a lot of men think like you and they just don't share that with me. And you know what? If I'm not the book you should be reading, then don't read it. This explains a lot because I've gone on dates with men and then I feel like they find my social media and I just don't hear from them as much. I think when you're like a normal person, you don't have a following, but you post as if you had a following because it is what you want to do. I think people root for you. And then I think other people are like, oh, this is cringe. And I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the men that I go on dates with are like, this is cringe. She's literally not famous and she posts all the time and it's annoying. And you know, and that's fine. That's fine. Like, it just means I'm not the cup of tea you should be drinking. And so I was talking to, I'm not going to say who I was talking to because they didn't mean this in a bad way, but I was talking to someone about this and they were like, oh, do you think that you come off across as fake? And I'm like, no, like, I do talk a little bit different in my videos, but that's because I'm not going to talk like normally and then I don't have the same energy and then you guys are scrolling because you're like, oh, she's kind of boring. Like, you got to put a little oomph in your videos so people stay and watch. But it's like, that's nothing wrong with me and it's nothing wrong with him. Like, that's just not what he's looking for. And obviously I'm not going to be with someone who doesn't accept me for who I am and what I like to do and like my line of work. I don't even know exactly what I'm trying to say. I just like noticed that and I was like, wow, like I think a lot of men think like this and they just don't say it to my face. But like, thanks for saying that. It wasn't said to my face. It was over text, but like still, now I know. But at the same time, I guess this is like an indicator and a reminder. Continue to be yourself and do what you love because one day you will find someone who loves you for who you are and what you love and accepts every single part of you. So that wasn't even bothersome to me. I feel like I've gotten over the fact where I'm like, if I go on dates with guys or talk to them or whatever, I'm like, oh, like, I need to change. No, I don't need to change anything about me. They don't necessarily need to change anything about them. We just don't work. We just don't click. What's not clicking, Steven?
You aren't anybody to be posting on social media. This is why men reject women who play social media heavy. They will tell your business to the world or to 500 or 5,000 followers, whatever, but they're not getting paid. When I listen back to these clips, it's astonishing because they say so much, but it amounts to so little. It's a turnoff. So a guy goes and checks your TikTok and he's like, you know what? I was feeling her, but now I'm not. See, they're not used to this. They don't think that men will withdraw attention. Men of value, masculine, mature men, they're not going to do that because that's how I funnel dudes. This is how I pull dudes for attention through my social media. This won't be a problem with him, but he's not like them. You are him, they are them. He's not like them. This is why men don't like it when women play social media heavy, always running their mouth. But she can't believe it. Oh, well, you know, I want somebody who's going to like the things that I do. Okay, well, go find them. Let's get the next one.
This is how to respond to romantic rejection. I have pretty much gotten curved by a few guys that I have crushes on recently. And it's really fucking embarrassing because it's like, okay, I demonstrated my interest in you and you evidently aren't that interested back. This confirms why I don't like expressing interest in people. Okay, I'm gonna retreat into my shell, maybe feel a little sorry for myself, maybe question myself and try to figure out what things I need to change. You want to betray yourself in that moment, and that is natural, especially for women. The extra layer for us is that women are programmed to believe that our value is only based on how interested men are in us. Let me paint a little picture, okay? Think about a single 28-year-old guy. He's fit, he's healthy, he has a lot of friends, he's worked for great companies, he's worked for himself, he has a nice apartment, nice clothes, good family, good education. Do you think that he is spiraling for a week if he tries to flirt with a girl and she rejects him? No, he is not. He is on to the next bitch so fast. And all those attributes I just described are things that I have, right? So you see what I'm doing? High achieving men are often able to understand that rejection does not have to do with something being intrinsically wrong with them, but that it's a numbers game. You are inevitably going to get rejected. This is why you take a lot of shots, right? This is why hot guys be shooting shots left and right. You can't flirt with one person all year, get rejected, and be like, see, no one likes me. So how I'm navigating it is I created this male alter ego for myself. If I were a boy, my parents were gonna name me Francis Ignatius, go by Iggy, which is insane, but just imagine me, like blonde surfer guy named Iggy. What the fuck vibe would he be on? I promise you, Iggy really wouldn't be overthinking shit. I'd probably stop swearing in my videos, but like, would Iggy be swearing? You know what I mean? Like, I'm constantly thinking, what would Iggy do?
Isn't it funny how rejection builds us up while tearing them down? Like, rejection makes us as men. It's what turns you from a boy into a man, getting rejected, picking yourself back up, shooting shots, understanding through the rejection. She said that women base their value off of how many guys are attracted to them. This is why I try to get guys to snap out of this. That's not what it's about for you on your side, because when you're an attractive guy, you have women attracted to you without even trying. You're in scenarios and situations where you weren't actively pursuing it or trying to be there. You notice things. This is how you know when you're attractive in the game. And as well as shooting your shot and it actually going in your favor. But see, romantic rejection is like, they don't understand. It tears them down. It doesn't build them up. We are not the same. So I tell you guys, oh, she doesn't want to kiss you, move on. Oh, she doesn't want to see you after a first date, she doesn't want to go on a second one, move on. Do not let this tear you down. Do not be like them, because you are him. They are them. Straight like that.
I just have to talk about this somewhere because it's bugging me. How do you deal with near constant rejection? Like, I had Hinge. I just deleted Hinge because every conversation went literally nowhere. Everyone ghosted me, or they said, hey, what's your Instagram? And then I give them my Instagram and they don't follow me and they never respond again. So it's like, why are you here? But I don't know. I'm just kind of in my feelings about it because it keeps happening. Like, I don't know what's the problem. Like, am I boring? I feel like a fucking journalist, okay, asking all these really interesting questions, but I guess it's, I don't know. Does anyone else have this experience? How do you deal with constant rejection? Because I don't know how, and it's killing me.
She's getting rejected because she's punching above her weight class. That's why she's getting rejected on the dating apps. I love when they talk this nonsense. I truly do. I love bringing these clips to light because there are men that are actively pursuing her, trying to talk to her. She's avoiding them, trying to talk to these guys and getting rejected by these guys. Getting on camera, acting like she can't pull a dude to save her life. Knock it off. Knock it off. Not buying it. So people are supposed to feel sorry for you. Or, oh, it's okay, this happens, and tell you all of this and give you a pick-me-up. You're actively ignoring men that are trying to pursue you, take you out, trying to get your number, talk to you, stay consistent with you. Don't want them, want them. Once again, women do not have to get with guys that they're not attracted to. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is, do not fake the funk like guys are not interested in you. Don't. You know, a lot of women are going to come to this harsh reality the later it is in the game for them. I have a guy or guys that really want to, you know, show me that they're interested and that their intentions are good, but I just keep going to this side. Why? So you can keep getting rejected, keep getting played, keep getting messed around on. Women love trauma. I think they love through trauma at this point. They just don't want to accept the guys that are good for them. They think that they're not good enough. How does that make sense? The guys who are good for you are not good enough. So I tell guys in this dating game, right? Only do for women that are doing for you. Only give women good energy that are reciprocating the good energy, because this is what they want. A lot of women, and it's not all, but a lot of women want to be treated like dirt by some guy that they view as better than them. But if you're the prize and you have all the value in dating, why are you going that route? Don't buy this. It's garbage. But men are withdrawing attention because they don't have to give you attention. They have options. That's why you're getting rejected. She's like, I can't believe this. Like, why do I constantly keep getting rejected on Hinge? You're getting rejected because you're going for guys that can go elsewhere. It's really not rocket science. Let's get the next one.
What's with the excuse of men saying that they're too busy and they can't commit to a relationship because they're too busy, and all they're doing is gym, work, and meal prep? Like, I can't deal. And then there's like the females like in my circle, all the girls are doing so much. Like so much, and they are just like amazing women who work, who look after themselves, who goes to the gym, who pays their own bills, who looks beautiful, stunning, and they are doing the most. Like their expectations are quite up there, and yet the men the expectations are so low, and they're not even meeting the expectations. I just don't understand. I don't understand. And like, I don't even think the men, you know, back in the days where the men were the providers and like the women were housewives, I don't think those men were complaining nearly as much as the men are today. And they actually had higher expectations. So now women are earning money, women are working, women are doing the things that men are doing, which are not praised nearly as much, by the way. And the men are just, I don't know, they're just going downhill. Like, what do you guys actually have to offer at this point? I don't know. I don't know.
Men are too busy to commit because they're building themselves. They care about themselves. They're on a routine. They're not trying to break from it. But did they say they can't hang out and chill with you? Now that you're ready, a bunch of these ladies out here, right? Now that you're ready to be in a committed relationship, guys have to jump. Absolutely not. That's not how it's going down. That's not how it's going down. And did you notice, right? She goes, well, women are doing great things and making money and this, that, and the third. What do guys have to offer? Wait a minute. You started off the video asking why men are saying they're too busy to commit, all to turn around and say this nonsense. Like they don't have anything to give. So then why are you worrying about why they won't commit? Aren't they helping you? See, when you pay attention to the things that they're saying, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So men are helping you. They're not worth much. They don't have much to offer. They're not committing to you, and they're moving out of your way. What's the problem here? Shouldn't that give you a clear path to get to the guy that does have things to offer you? Can't find that guy either. Go figure. Let's get the next one.
The guy that's actively ghosting you likes your sister on Hinge. And here's the thing. I've been the only single sister in my family since I was 17 years old. Like my sisters got married my senior year of high school. They got married now recently within the past few years. My sisters are starting to get divorced, right? And I'm thrilled personally because I always thought all through my 20s into my 30s, I thought how fun it would be to be in like a single era where me and my sisters are both like, we're all single together and we can like date and like go out together. I thought that would be so fun. Well, joke's on me because actually it's not that fun. Actually, it's not that fun. And here's the thing, like I don't even really care about him like ghosting me because whatever, like I'm not looking to date, whatever about that. But like it's a special type of rejection and I'm just now learning this. It's a special type of rejection when he wants to imagine your sister on Hinge. And I'm thrilled for her. She's not going to do it obviously because I'd kill her. Anyway, she just sent me the screenshot though and said like, wait, is this your whatever? And I said, damn, that's tough.
Got rejected, and this guy is going after her sister. And he probably doesn't even know that this is her sister. He just has better taste. You understand? Like he has a taste for a woman who's more well-rounded, more his type. This chick can't even get a guy over her sister. I guarantee you this guy doesn't even know that they're sisters. He's just going for her because he has good taste. And she's pissed. Best believe she's pissed, right? She's acting all like cool. But she's pissed because it's like, damn, what am I, chopped liver? Well, yeah. Shout out to the bro. And he actually avoided a headache because this chick seems like a headache by withdrawing attention, not worrying about anything, going for what he really wants to go for. Look what he just avoided. He avoided a woman that ain't worth too much of anything anyway. Let's get the next one.
Everyone's like, oh, as a girl, you should try sliding into his DMs. Okay, so every time I try that, they're always like, oh, like, I'm dating somebody or I'm seeing somebody. And I'm like, I know you're lying, because everything about your account, everything you've posted since you told me that, implies that you're not dating anybody. And if you are, I would not want to be that girl, because you are keeping her hidden. But obviously I think he's lying. Or they just don't respond to me. They'll respond once and then never again. And I'm like, okay, now I know how it feels.
Wait, shouldn't you be happy that the guy respected his relationship, or the guys respect their relationship? Oh no, he doesn't show his girlfriend on his profile. I wouldn't want to be that girl while actively trying to get next to him. That doesn't make any sense. Well, yes, she was right when she said, you know, now I know how it feels. Exactly. Now you know how it feels. Hopefully it builds you up. Keep shooting those shots, girl. Keep shooting those shots. Eventually one will go in the hoop, just like we do. Don't ever feel bad too. I want to end the video by saying this. I know a lot of guys struggle with rejecting women or letting a woman go. Don't feel bad about it, guys. This is the name of the game. This is why dudes stay in relationships and they stay in situations where they're not feeling the chick anymore. It's okay to withdraw your attention and your energy. It's okay to let her go. It's nothing to feel bad about. This is how it goes in the game, because they're not going to feel sorry for you when it's your turn. It's your boy Josten J. Get with you boys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Guys, I think I just got dumped by the 30-year-old. And of course, it's like one of the only days I've really enjoyed. And he obviously doesn't feel the same way. So for some context, guys, if you don't know now, you know. Went on a date yesterday with this guy. I don't know how to describe it to you, but nary a time would I be able to sit in front of a stranger and just yap to my heart's content. Because half the time I feel like my brain is constantly being like, oh my god, what's the next topic of conversation? Partly wanting them to like me, but most of the time just trying to like decrease the room for awkward silences. But yesterday, okay, I think it's because he's such a naturally charismatic person. I was just like, you know, fuck it, let's just say whatever I want. Like, I was giving him all of the tea on my life, maybe a bit too much tea, brutally honest about all aspects of my life, okay? And I think to some extent he was as well. One slight red flag that I just thought about is, I was like, one thing I can't do is lie about my feelings, right? If I like someone, I like someone. If I don't, I can't fake it. And like, even if it could be in my favor, I can't fake liking someone. I was like, I can't be dishonest. The maximum I can achieve is maybe omission. And he laughed and he was like, I think I could be a pretty good liar. And I was like, okay. Frightening, but also like, at that point I was like, there's no context to this. Like, I can't even envision him lying to me, because like, why would I even care if he lies to me? Because like, this is someone I met for the first time, right? Anyways, I digress, okay? I just must say that that whole conversation was so easy. The 2 hours and a half or 3 hours we spent together just yapping is so easy. And so I was like, I really like this guy, I would meet him again. But we left, we departed. I remember the goodbye was really abrupt. I think he did linger, and I think he maybe would have wanted to kiss me. But I don't really do that on a first date. So I'm like, I literally gave him a hug, bid my farewells. Like I told you guys, I messaged him as soon as I got home being like, thank you for the hot dog. I was literally like, the hot dog was actually so yummy. Like, it's the first time I've ever tried a hot dog. And I was like, did you get your laptop okay? Because he was going back to work to get his laptop. And he was like, yeah, I did. This was like 10 minutes later. He replied, being like, yeah, I did. Did you get home okay? I read it and I was like, went to sleep, okay? Because I was like, I don't want to like send him another text and start thinking about when he's going to reply to the next one. Like, I just want to go to sleep. I was on call. So then I woke up in the morning and I replied to him at like 6:45 being like, yep. Got home and fell asleep in quick succession, word for word. And now it's 11:40 p.m, guys, and radio silence.